no one is talking about this book. People need to be talking about this book. What a line. What a line. Hey besties, let's mood read this week. I've been in a huge reading slump for the past couple months, so I really just want to dive into a book again and just really get into it and beat the reading slump, because the reading slump, we're gonna tussle. It's not gonna take me. This week we're gonna have fun reading and I'm gonna take you guys along. I've been in the middle of a few books. I feel like I've started a couple books but haven't really gotten into them, so I feel like I want to just hunker down and dedicate reading to maybe 1 or 2 books this week. I've been reading and listening to the audiobook of The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and I've been really enjoying it. It's very cozy and funny. It has like a coy humor to it, and it's just really cute and has like a very cozy vibe. It just feels very whimsical and calming, especially before bed reading this. It's just very calming and cozy. So I've been really loving this one. It's definitely more slower paced, but I like the cozy vibes of it, and it's also really interesting and I'm curious to see what happens. But I really like the humor aspect of it because it's very just whimsical and funny and cute. So I really love this book so far. And the audiobook for this I think is really good too, so I would definitely recommend the audiobook for this. Like while you're doing things on the treadmill, I just like listening to the audiobook for this. Some books I don't love the audiobook, but for this one I think it's done really well, so I would definitely recommend it if you want to listen to the audiobook for this. 10 out of 10 recommend. So I'm in the middle of this book. I'm on page 112. Continue on reading this one this week, and the other book that I'm in the middle of is A Forbidden Alchemy, which I'm actually almost done with. Last night I started reading it and I had to physically remove myself from the book. That's how good it is. And I'm so shocked that people aren't talking about this book. Every time I go on Book Talk, Booktube, no one is talking about this book, and I think that's criminal. Criminally underrated and underhyped. This book is literally so good and I'm almost done with it, so we only have a little bit more left. Also the sprayed edges, absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And I love the little like ribbon bookmark. I think it just looks so cute all together. But this is A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen, and it's a Peaky Blinders based romantasy with just like such an interesting plot, really good writing. The characters that we follow, it's dual POV too, so dual POV, yearning, tension, the like who do you trust, backstabbing and plot twists. It just has a really good plot, and I think the setting is a setting that you don't really see in a lot of romantasy books. I feel like they're either like on a horse like that time period, or it's urban fantasy very modernized. So I like that we get this kind of Peaky Blinders based setting that's really interesting and I think fresh from other romantasy books that I've read, so I really appreciate that in this book. And with the writing style, I love when each chapter kind of has that ending line that leaves you shocked and like jaw to the floor. So this book has a lot of those moments where every chapter lately, as I'm reading it right now, like at where I'm at in the book, every ending of the chapter I'm like, I have to pause because the ending line is just so good. The writing style is so good, and I love the way that the romance also develops while also still having like a really strong plot. But I think the romance is interesting because they're on like these two opposing sides. It's class warfare, and I think our main character, our female main character Nina, is a really interesting character to follow because she's kind of like caught between these two worlds in who she was in her past versus who she's chosen to be now in this world that she's chosen to live in. So she's kind of like caught between two sides of this war, and she's a really interesting character to see her thought processes, and I don't know, she's just a really interesting character to read about, to follow along with. It's also very unpredictable. I feel like sometimes when I read a romantasy and there's a plot twist, I kind of guess the plot twist already ahead of time. But with this one, every plot twist that's happened, I've been genuinely surprised, and I love that I don't know what's gonna happen at the end. Like I really have no idea. And with this romance, they meet as kids, which I think is so cute, and then they go their separate ways, and then they meet back up as adults, and I just love the tension of that, and like them knowing who the other person truly is versus like who also like them being a stranger to each other because they have no idea what kind of person they are now, but still having that connection. I don't know, I just think it's so cute and so fun to follow along with, especially in a romance aspect, but also to the plot. It's just really interesting and adds that complexity to it, which I think is fun, and also I think makes the romance more believable because they have that connection from when they were kids. So I just have been loving this book. It just physically pains me that people are not talking about this book because I think it deserves so much more hype. I really do think like the romantasy girlies would eat this book up. So scared and excited to read the end of this book, but the next book hasn't come out yet, so that's why I'm scared. But highly enjoying this one. I'll probably read this tonight and then try to finish this up tonight because I'm almost done with it, and then I'll probably move on to House in the Cerulean Sea, which is a little bit more of a cozy read. So I don't know, because I'm trying to get out of a reading slump, I'll see kind of where my mood takes me throughout the week because I don't want to slow down by forcing myself to pick a book. I feel like when you're in a reading slump, you really have to go with whatever you're in the mood for. 3 foolproof steps to getting out of a reading slump. Truly, no one is safe from the reading slump. I've read a really bad book that puts me into a reading slump, and I've read really good books that have put me into reading slumps, so no one is safe. Step 1, one is the aesthetic of it all. I'm talking TikTok edits, Pinterest boards, Spotify book playlists, fan art, reading vlogs, just different ways of getting immersed into the story and getting excited about the book. Step 2 is to try out different genres until you find what you're in the mood for. Usually for me, it's either a YA book because the writing style is pretty easy to get into. I like a book with short chapters, easy writing style to get immersed into the story a little bit easier, or I'll hop into a thriller book with a lot of suspense that has plot twists and keeps you going and keeps you hooked in the story, or a spicy romance always does it for me. So usually one of those three will break the reading slump for me. And step 3 is to set a timer for yourself to read minimum of 1 hour. Usually I'll try to tell myself if I can get to the 50-page mark of a book, then I'll really know if I'm locked in and hooked in, just to like get the story going. And sometimes, pro tip, I will listen to the audiobook at least for the beginning of the book to kind of get immersed in the story, and then once I'm in. But usually when I'm feeling slumpy, an audiobook is a really good way to kind of weave that in and get more immersed in the story to start out. And those are my top 3 tips to beat the reading slump. Let me know yours in the comments. If you have to keep switching up books until you find a book that you really lock in on, which for me, it's definitely been a Forbidden Alchemy. Every time I pick this book up, I literally have to physically tear myself away from this book to go to bed and not stay up all night reading, so that is definitely a good sign with the reading slump. So I'm just gonna kind of take you guys along the week. We'll do some reading and see kind of floats my boat throughout the week, and we'll mood read. Also, if I may, can I share some of my favorite quotes from this book? Because I was tabbing dog earing. Also, hot take, I don't mind a dog ear. I don't care about dog earing my pages. If I bought the book, I'm gonna write on it, annotate it, fold the pages, and I feel like I love when a book feels lived in. I feel like I've really experienced the book when it's like highlighted and underlined and dog eared. So maybe a hot take, but I don't mind dog earing my books. So I dog-eared a bunch of different pages. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm just gonna rapid fire convince you to read this book. And this is only from what I recently read. And my head fell to the crook of his neck and shoulder. And I didn't give the thoughts anything but just that. Just warm skin and the arm around me. We're safe, he said. And it was so soft. Soft enough to end a war. Soft enough to break me. Ooh, okay. This may be very niche, but if you've ever seen the video where Nick Jonas scoots her chair in, why is that so attractive? Needs to be studied, but it happens in this freaking book. Patrick reached over and took the bottom of my chair. In one smooth movement, he scooted it closer to his own, so that parts of our arms glanced each other's. Though to look at it would be to see nothing of consequence, but a current flared to life beneath my skin. And like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to yearning. I want like the little touches, like spice, okay, yeah, spice is fun sometimes, but this like little touches, little like brushes of the arms, like that does more for me than like, yeah, like we saw each other, she's so hot, we banged, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't do it for me. The tension, the build up, the little touches, I feel like the yearning is just so good. So love the yearning in this book, and that little move, and it makes the love more believable because you can really feel it. And I feel like those little descriptions of like the current beneath their skin, and like I don't know, I just love that descriptive language when it comes to the yearning and the intense feelings that they have for each other, shown in these like little ways that, I don't know, I just think it's really cute and I love them. Oh, it also has one of those scenes where I love a dance scene where the guy cuts in, and it has that in this book too. And I wondered if he'd somehow found the lock to my chest and was bleeding it of every good and terrible thing I'd ever done. What a line. What a line. You guys, this writing is so good. And I'm just so shocked that no one is talking about this book. People need to be talking about this book. How many moments had he imagined her in his hands? 100? 1,000? Could she feel the core of him rearing, clawing her into its recess? What will I do, he thought, if she claws her way out? And I'm just loving this book so far. Eating it up. I just love this story so much, and I love them. I just got out of the shower and put on a matching set that's fresh out of the dryer, so I feel as though I'm winning at life, and this is just immaculate vibes. I got Giggly Squad on in the background. I love the Giggly Squad podcast, and I actually started, I don't know if I told you guys on here, but I mean, you guys have probably already seen on my YouTube channel, I started a podcast called Sips and Stories, which I'm really excited about. It's been so much fun. I feel like it's fun to just sit down and get creative with it and talk about the stories on and off the page. Tonight, we're gonna do some reading. I think it's hit that point of the night where I just wanna decompress and have a little self-care. So I have these little Grace and Stella illuminating eye masks that I just got. So I'm gonna do a little eye mask, read my book, and just have a cozy, relaxing night. And I figure I'll continue this little mood read with me for a few days. I've been loving reading A Forbidden Alchemy, and I'm almost done with the book, so I think I'm gonna finish that up tonight and see how far I get to in that book, because I really need to stop doom scrolling. I spend so much time doom scrolling and I don't even realize how much time I'm wasting just on social media, especially like because I do it, I guess it's like not really my job, but like a side hustle hobby, but I kind of treat it like my second job. Like it takes a lot of time, so I feel like if I'm not staring at a computer screen, I'm staring at a phone screen, or editing, and I don't know, I just scroll way too much. I'm on social media way too much, so I need to just throw my phone across the room and hunker down and get back into a book and just turn my brain off and, not have the shortest attention span ever known to man. We're gonna decompress and have a cozy, relaxing night. Literally kicking, screaming, giggling. If you read this book, page 362. That's all I'll say. And that's all I'll say on that. So cute, and I love them. Oh, which is making me even more scared because we're getting these like cute moments between them with only this much left in the book. So I'm scared. Honestly, the way that I know a romance is done well in a book is if it leaves me staring at the ceiling for a little bit, questioning whether I will ever feel that type of love that exists in books. And this is chapter 49, where we're at right now. That's where I'm at. And yeah, I don't know if I'll ever feel that like yearning, like the way that they describe how they feel, that indescribable pull to a person, just like you just crave them, like you can't get enough of them. I've never felt that in my life, and I'm like, will I ever feel that? Maybe. Like, I've never been in love, like I've never experienced that feeling except through books, which is wild that like that's how I get insight into what love, I guess, should feel like, or what it feels like for some people. I don't know, but it's just crazy how books can do that. And that's, again, one of the things I love about books, and I always have, especially romance books. I feel like it doesn't give unrealistic expectations. I feel like it shows us what love should feel like when it's healthy in some books, not all books. And hopefully one day I will feel love and like be in love and experience what that feels like. And I love the love story in this, and it's just so good, you guys. Like, how is no one talking about this book? I'm still baffled. The more I read this, the more I'm like, what's going on here? Because book talk, booktube, like, the girlies need to be talking about this book. The girlies need to read this book because it's literally so good. Hey besties, it is now Thursday. I don't know when I last filmed. What did I film last night? Time is an illusion, is a concept. Like, I feel like my head is off my body and I'm trying to find my head. That's how this week's been going for me. I've been having so much fun filming for you guys. I'm trying to juggle the podcast and short form content, long form content, but I'm having so much fun with it, especially around this time of year. November, going into Vlogmas, like I just especially love this time of year for filming YouTube videos and watching YouTube videos. So I'm really excited for all the fun content to come. I've been having so much fun with the podcast, and just the guest lineup, you guys are gonna lose your minds. You're gonna lose your minds. It's been so fun so far, and I love just treating it as like little like chat with the besties, like a very casual bestie on FaceTime type of vibe, where it's just fun questions, lighthearted, and just hopefully you get a little giggle, maybe get a good book rec, and just feel comforted hanging out with the girls. And maybe I'll have guys on too at some point. I don't know, we'll see. But I think it's just a really fun hobby and side hustle that I've been doing, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. But today we're gonna have a cozy day. I just finished editing and uploading a YouTube video this morning, and then I have this big old stack of paperwork I need to get done, which I've been avoiding and literally doing everything else but what I actually need to do. Type up some reports I have to get done this week. So I want to try to really hunker down, be productive, and bang that out today. And then I also want to start reading a new book. Like I said, I'm kind of mood reading this week and kind of seeing what floats my boat. Even though I really am loving A Forbidden Alchemy, I just feel like it's going to take me on a little bit of a emotional roller coaster towards the end, and mentally, I don't know if I can handle that right now, and I just want to read something that is going to be light and fluffy, but also I'm kind of in the mood for a romance, so I was thinking of going back into House in the Cerulean Sea, but I don't know. Kind of also, I don't know if anyone else is like this with book reading, but I don't mind, like, it doesn't bother me to be in the middle of different books all at the same time, because I kind of treat it as a TV show, and sometimes I will binge a TV show, but oftentimes I'm like, what am I in the mood for? Am I in the mood for a thriller watch? Am I in the mood for a romance watch? And maybe I switch it up, and like depending on the day and the night, like what TV show I'm watching. So like that's kind of how I feel with books. It doesn't really bother me that I'm in the middle of maybe 3 books right now. Like that's fine by me, because it depends on my mood, and I'm a big mood reader. What I will say, I narrowed myself down so I'm not like all over the place completely. I've narrowed myself down to 4 books this month that I have to choose from, and I at least have to finish these before I jump into anything else on the bookshelf, because I don't want to go too crazy. I feel like November is the end of fall, so I want to save any like very wintry reads for December and like January and all of that. So anything that's kind of like thrillery or kind of leans more towards the fall vibe, I want to try to prioritize that. So obviously I have A Forbidden Alchemy on the list, and then Wild Love, which I think I'm going to pick up today. I actually don't know what it's about. I have no idea what it's about. I'm not even going to pretend to know, but all I know is that it's written by Elsie Silver, so I'm probably going to like it, and this is her new Rose Hill series, and I really love the Chestnut Spring series. I don't think this one is cowboys. I think it's music producer. I feel like maybe it'll give Nashville vibes, but who's to say, because I have no idea what it's about. So I think he has like a daughter. So I think I might read this today. And then I also have House in the Cerulean Sea, which has been really cute and cozy, really more slower paced and just more of like a comforting read, but I've been really enjoying it, and I think the humor in it is really just heartwarming and funny, and I have been enjoying this one too. And then House Across the Lake is a thriller book, which I want to get to in November, because I feel like after this point, like, you know, I could read it in December, but in December I want to read more like holiday romances and just like feel good books, or like jump into different fantasy books. I think this year I'm going to try to finish the Throne of Glass series, so that is definitely going to be on the priority TBR maybe next month. Yeah, these are the books that I'm going to let myself choose between for like my mood reading throughout the week and throughout this month, and see what books I finish this month. But these are like the top 4 that are like the priority. Kind of down between Wild Love or House Across the Lake. So I'm gonna choose between these 2. I just want like an easy read that's gonna keep my attention right now, and even though I love a good romance, I don't know if this is gonna like draw me in as much as maybe a thriller would, with like all these different plot twists that I feel like are gonna happen. So today's book is House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. 64 pages into this. I'm suspicious of everyone, and I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what's gonna happen with the story. It's really good so far, so I don't really know what to expect. It hasn't really picked up quite yet, so I'm waiting for like that moment where like something's gonna happen, but it has like a really eerie vibe to it, and I like how this is being set up so far, and I literally have no idea what to expect. The book of the day. Outfit of the day, I have on this cute cozy sweater from Princess Polly. I absolutely love. I feel like I wear this sweater all the time, especially for the fall. I think it's just, I love this like green color. It's not like super dark, but it's maybe khaki green, I don't know, but I really love the shade of this. It's super comfortable, and I love wearing this to work, wearing this to dinner. It's just so cute and comfy. So I'm excited about all the books that I'm reading. I feel like the lineup for November is looking pretty good. If you want to see like my full TBR, I talk about it on my TikTok and Instagram of my 10 before the end, so we'll see how much I can get to in these 20 days, but really enjoying this so far, and I feel like the reading slump has been broken. Really, I feel like sometimes I'll go through like months where I'm really locked in and I'm book after book after book, and like I'm in the zone with reading, or I'll go through a month or multiple months where I can't even finish a book and like can't even bring myself to pick up a book. So it's gonna ebb and flow, and you know, the reading slump gets us all, but we power through, and I think it's good to try out different genres, whatever keeps your attention. If it's a spicy romance, if it's a YA book, if it's a little mystery thriller, I would recommend just trying out different genres until you find what kind of draws you in and helps you get immersed in the story, and then from there, when you get back in the zone, that you can broaden your horizons and pick up different books. But I think it's fun to like not think too much about like what you're reading or like judge yourself on what you're reading, but just read whatever makes you feel good. Like I remember when I was in a big reading slump, and then I ended up reading, oh my god, what was it called? Ice Planet Barbarians. And I was like, what? Why the heck am I reading this book? But it did help with the reading slump. It was an easy read. I love a good romance, and it was just a fun read, so I wouldn't like get too serious about what you're reading. I think as long as you can pick up any book, like that's what you're looking for when you're in a reading slump. I think that would be my advice. And then also like don't be hard on yourself and don't put stress on reading. It should be a fun hobby. And I hope you guys enjoyed following along with me and just mood reading for a few days, getting out of a reading slump. I'm so glad that I'm out of a reading slump. I'm enjoying books again and really locking in to really take down my TBR this month. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you besties in the next video. Love ya. Bye.